these balloons. Not like that. Hey, Chef. Hey, Fame. Welcome, 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 welcome. Y'all are my first contestants. What up, Twitch? What up, Chef Girl? How are you? Hey, Brandon. Welcome. Hey, Mama. All right, we got a good one today. We'll jump right into it because I is running late. I don't know if you're familiar with the story on the 7-year-old that was kidnapped in Milwaukee. They later ended up finding him, but so today's question is: was this daddy wrong? Because he's getting some backlash. Relaxing is good, Chev. Hey, DJ Papa Don. This father is catching some backlash. So father of 7-year-old Milwaukee boy that was abducted speaks on video of him running as his son was kidnapped. He said, "Hell yeah, I ran. I'm thinking they trying to rob me, not take my damn baby boy." So I think this is the audio. Take a listen. I think
white Jeep turning around, then later blocking the end of their driveway. Two people got out of the Jeep simultaneously.
This is the video.
One, who appears to be holding a gun, tried following the man into the house. The other chased the little boy down the driveway. Seconds later, the suspect comes back into frame with Jamal in his arms, putting him into the Jeep. Do you have answers as to why in the world this happened yet?
We don't have any answers.
All right. I thought it was gonna be the father.
I'm glad he's okay, but it's kind of like.
But he didn't say anything. He said, "Y'all foul as hell painting them crazy ass narratives. Even the police treated me like I'm the bad guy. As long as my baby straight, all that ever matter. I still ain't seen my baby face to face. The police locked me up all day Saturday, questioning me even when and told them everything." I'm reading this how he's saying it. I told them everything. He said, all while my baby was still missing. Free top P. I don't know. Own nobody. Okay. Because baby, whatever.
The camera catching the white Jeep turning around, then later blocking the end.
And BMW Chilla. I think that's how you say it. But all right, so we're talking about today. I'm sorry, I was looking who was on my thing. We're talking about today, if you're familiar with the story, the father of the 7-year-old Milwaukee boy that was abducted. He ran, basically, in the video. So the question today is, was this father wrong for running? Was this father wrong for running? And how would you have handled the situation? Somebody pull up on you, they got guns pointing. Would you have ran and left your baby? Mama said, who leaves their kid shaking my he left his kid. He said, I'm getting the hell on. So the question is, was this father wrong for leaving his 7-year-old son to get kidnapped? And he says, hell yeah, I ran. I'm not thinking they trying to take my son. He said, I'm thinking they trying to rob me, not take my damn baby. So was this father wrong? Was this father wrong for leaving his son to be kidnapped? Was this father wrong? That is today's question. Crazy story. Chev, I'm sorry that you were in the hospital almost 2 weeks, left with the MS Sam and Energy. Sam and Emery right now. I'll be praying for you, Chev. I'm so sorry to hear that you've been in the hospital, but my prayers up to you. What up, T baby? Tia 85. How are you? Brandon said, no, I would stay with my kids at the hospital. The father is wrong. No, this wasn't even a hospital. Hey, auntie. This wasn't even a hospital situation. What up, CJ Turn? This wasn't even a hospital situation. This was a situation where they were in front of his house. He ran in the house and left his 7-year-old son to get kidnapped. So we're talking about, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the story, but it was a big story over the weekend where a 7-year-old Milwaukee boy, I saw it all over social media. They were looking for it. It was an active kidnapping. He got kidnapped after he was riding his bike home from the park or whatever. Yeah. But the father is speaking out because there is a video. And I wish I could show you guys the video, but I can't show you guys the video. There is a video of him running to the house and not even paying attention to what was going on with his son. But he said, hell yeah, I ran, and I'll do it again. He said, I'm thinking they trying to rob me, not take my baby, my damn baby. So, hey, 1985. He ran like, yes, mama. He ran like a little itch. Let me see who I got here. What up, NCC? Thank you. I actually decided to do something with my life today. Sheb said he is wrong for leaving his son. Auntie said, I read about this yesterday. His father should be ashamed, punk, but y'all are hilarious. Yeah, he ran off on his side. So NCC, who's on Twitch right now, and for my new folks, we're talking about the 7-year-old Milwaukee boy. He was kidnapped over the weekend, but thank God he was safely returned. But the dad ran, and you could see him in the video running, and he said, hell yeah, I ran. I'm thinking they trying to rob me, not, take my damn baby. So the question is today, was his dad wrong for running? And if you were in this situation, to put a little twist on it, if you were in this situation, how would you handle this situation? If you were in this situation that this man was in, how would you handle this situation? Mama said, what he have that was more important than his son? Exactly. Hey, Super Pat. Chef said the father is a powerful leaving his child. I think you meant punk, right? What kind of man leaves their child alone? Brandon said he should be shamed about leaving his kids. Hey, Super Pat. So, again, I'm sorry I keep repeating for my folks on Twitch and on IG, but we're talking about a dad. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the story. I'll play it back, though, because there is a clip. 7-year-old was abducted in front of his home at gunpoint, but the father was with him, and the father ran off. But take a listen.
End of their driveway. Two people got out of the Jeep simultaneously. One, who appears to be holding a gun, tried following the man into the house. The other chased the little boy down the driveway. Seconds later, the suspect comes back into frame with Jamal in his arms, putting him into the Jeep. Do you have answers as to why in the world this happened?
So that's basically, you're hearing from the news, and I think this part is from his auntie. I'm trying to play it. It won't let me play back. Hold on.
White Jeep turning around, then later blocking the end of their driveway. Two people got out of the Jeep simultaneously. One, who appears to be holding a gun, tried following the man into the house. The other chased the little boy down the driveway. Seconds later, the suspect comes back into frame with Jamal in his arms, putting him into the Jeep. Do you have answers as to why in the world this happened yet?
We don't have any.
Okay, so that was just the gist of it. But he said, hell yeah, I ran. I'm thinking they trying to rob me, not take my damn baby. Y'all slow. Hold on, because I want to read this, but I want to read this.
The camera catching.
He said, y'all slow. We both alive, and my baby tried to get away like I taught him. God had us the whole time. Obviously, I did right. My baby's safe. Okay then, sir. So for my new folks on here, if you're familiar about the Milwaukee boy, 7-year-old boy who was kidnapped over the weekend, thank God he was safely returned. But now there's new video surfacing of the dad running into the house and leaving his son to get kidnapped. And a lot of folks is over here, I guess, judging him. So the question today is, was this daddy right or was he wrong for leaving his son? And then 2, how would you handle the situation? So it's a 2-part question. 1985 said, I won't judge because most people don't know how they would truly react in fight or flight mode. But at surface level, it does look like some hoe shit. I can't lie. I mean, he made a beeline for the door. Wasn't even thinking about, his time. I wish I could show y'all this video, but the video won't pop up. NCC said, I'm not a dad, so I don't know what to say. But if you had a kid, NCC, I mean, how would you leave your child? I mean, I'm a bonus mom, but if I was, a parent, I would not leave my child. I mean, I guess maybe that's a motherly thing, I don't know. Mama said he would probably put his son in front of him. He might as well. He said he thought he was about to get robbed. Auntie said it was something with the father and whoever it was. It was something because it was 2 of them. And I think it was more people in that car, Auntie. So you're right. It was something going on. Because why, one, reading this, he said, I taught my son, to try to get away. So why would, okay, it's so many questions. What up, bro? Mama said to get shot so he could survive. Right. Super Fast said, yeah, it's hard to say. He may have thought they was just after him and maybe he was leading them away. Mama said, as a parent, your first instinct would be to protect your child. NCC said, I can have kids and I don't want kids. I'm with I got you, NCC. I got you. I completely understand. The son was 7, 1985. He was 7 years old. Auntie said, well, you can't fight a gun, but not even trying to maybe talk or try to talk reasonable. You can't fight a gun, but if I see somebody grab my child, I'm gun or no gun, I'm probably gonna act a fool. NCC said if he was white, the cops go easy on him. He wasn't white. And I think they do have, if not both of these people in custody, one of the people are in custody. I'm with Auntie though. I think there's more to this story, because why would they just, okay, we're gonna kidnap your son? And they probably was kidnapping the son for a ransom. Like, maybe he owed these people some money, and they was like, yeah, we got your son, so if you don't give us this money, then you already, I know I watch too many movies, but I'm over here, playing devil's advocate. 1985 said, my son is about to turn 7. I have taught him a lot of things, but I doubt he knows how to evade adult robbers. He not Peter Parker. Exactly. And you see 1985 why I got questions, because why did you teach your son to do that if you knew there was a reason why you taught him to do that, because you knew he could possibly be in danger. That's the only thing that I can think of. Pat said, I wouldn't leave my child. I'll protect them at all costs. Plus, I'd be having my hun on hip at all. Yeah, you sound like boyfriend. Hey, little Larry. You sound like boyfriend. Boyfriend too. He do not play. Even if he forgets that thing, he like, oh no, we're going back to the house because I forgot my tool. So, my new folks, we're talking about, is this dad right or wrong? So, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the story of the young boy that was kidnapped in Milwaukee, 7 years old, over the weekend. I was following the story because I was like, dang, because it seemed like they kidnapped him. Well, it didn't seem like they did kidnap him in broad daylight. But when you looked at the video, the neighbor's camera, you could see the little boy on the bike. That's why I was like, oh my God, how could they do that? You could see the little boy on the bike, right? And then you could see this white Jeep Wrangler was going, and then all of a sudden backed up and turned around and followed him. And then you can hear on video the little boy saying, Daddy, Daddy, Daddy. So I thought it was like a kidnapping, but it's definitely more to this story. Super Pat said, baby mama needs to leave him. He's putting whole family in danger. Right. So he's trying to basically defend his actions because he did run, but he's saying, hell yeah, I ran. I'm thinking they trying to rob me, not take my damn baby. But if you owe these people money, what do you know what I'm saying? And it was 2 of them. So yeah, but I don't think you can justify the running part. He's trying to make reason and ration and rhyme and reasons for this, and really is no rhyme and reason. He said, hell yeah, I ran. I'm thinking they trying to rob me, not take my damn baby. Y'all slow. We both alive, and my baby tried to get away like I taught him. God had us the whole time. Obviously, I did right. My baby is safe. That could have ended very terribly for you, sir. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what type of street games you out here playing, but even the running part, you having people know where you lay your head, that is just not good. They pulled up and blocked the driveway, so they knew exactly what they was doing, was my point. Like, they knew. They was like, oh, okay. Mama said, Father got some shady ish. Exactly. And mama said, why he think they trying to rob him is the right. Unless you owe somebody money or it was already put out there. Like, when I see you, it's going to be a problem. So, like I said, they saw the baby. And at first I was like, damn, these people are really bold. They out here taking babies in broad daylight and not giving and was caught red-handed on a neighbor's camera, backed the Jeep Wrangler up, okay, to follow the baby. I was like, yo, these people bold. And then you could hear on the video, you couldn't see him being kidnapped, but you could hear on the video him saying, daddy, daddy, daddy. So I had no idea the daddy was even there until I saw the video. And then I saw him run. And I was like, damn, son, you didn't even try to protect your child. Like, come on. Vor. Is that Vor? Okay, I don't know. Vor. That's what I'm calling you. Blacks always get treated worse than whites. They are always part of something. In regards to Vor, is you're talking in regards to this kidnapping that we get treated worse than whites? Is that why you're saying that? They're always part of something. I wouldn't say they're always part of something, but clearly this daddy had something else going on. Because one, you know, how did these people know what your kid looked like? You know what I'm saying? Where they was able to reverse, do a U-turn, back the car up, and then blocked you. Made sure they blocked you so you couldn't get out, you couldn't get away. And then your first thing, you jump into action, you run. You trying to save yourself and not thinking about your 7-year-old child. I mean, for my new folks on here, we're talking about the 7-year-old that was kidnapped in Milwaukee. Daddy made a beeline and ran for the door. Meanwhile, his son is running around the car and was kidnapped. Thank God the baby wasn't hurt because, you know, but he's over here just like, yeah, I ran. And so I'm asking, was this father right for running? And 2, nobody has said how they would have handled this situation. Vor said, nah, it's the cops. But they found this baby very quickly. I'm not even gonna hold you, because when I saw this story, what was it, Saturday, I was a little worried. I was like, I'm a little worried because it's Saturday. And then when I saw it, was it Saturday? It was either Friday or Saturday I saw it. And then when I saw that they hadn't recovered him and it was Sunday, I was like, I watch a lot of Investigation Discovery. So I was like, oh, that's not a good thing. They haven't found this baby yet. And then they found him. I was like, oh, thank God. Because I really did think he got kidnapped. I mean, he did get kidnapped, but now I'm thinking, Daddy, you had something to do with this. Part of this your fault why your son got kidnapped. Mama said, what if the son was killed while he was running? He would never, and the fact that he's just brushing this off, he would never be able to live with himself. What up, Manny Dog? He would never be able to live with himself if his son was shot behind his foolishness. And he's just brushing it off as, oh, well, we're both here. We're still alive. Like, what's the big deal? Like, sir, you can run off on the plug, but you ran off on your son. Your son. And yeah, your son, he might not be, but when he go back and look at this, he's like, damn, Daddy, for real? You just left me? You just left me in the cold. Mama said he probably knew who it was. That's why, if he knew he was getting robbed, okay? If he knew he was getting robbed, then I'm 100% sure. Or he said he thought they was trying to rob him. Why would you think somebody was trying to rob you if you wasn't involved in no craziness? I'm just saying, why would you think somebody was trying to rob you if you wasn't involved in the foolishness? Clearly, you was involved with the foolishness. So, yeah, that's my only thing about it, you know. I'm like, there's more to this story. Somebody lying. Mama said, I'm sure his baby mama, hey, Worldwide Mike, I'm sure his baby mama mad. Oh, I'm pretty sure she mad too. Hey, at DJ8, I'm pretty sure she is mad too, because you just put my child in harm's way if he don't already live with the baby mama, because he could already live with this baby mama. War Agency says to you, Mama, was your mother all this time? I'm not sure what you're trying to ask her. So ask it again. I'm sorry. Not sure what you was your mother all this time? Cause my grandma didn't play no games. If that's what you asking, cause that's my mama. For my grandma didn't play no games. So yeah. Auntie said, yeah, I think he would go on if something tragic happened, making excuses. Yeah, to make an excuse for leaving your child. At least we're both safe. Who the F says that? At least we're both safe. That don't discount that you ran off on your side. Manny Dog said, obviously somebody knew something. Somebody knows something, Manny Dog. Somebody, Frog Agency got you. His wife is pregnant. Whose wife is this man's wife pregnant? Is that what you're telling me? Or 4 Agency? I got you. Frog Agency or Frog 4 Agency. Thank you, 4 Agency, for correcting me. But what was the question you were asking my mama? Just curious. And Manny Dog said, Ella laughing, no play. No play. No, yeah, my grandma didn't play. She didn't play no games. She carried a box cutter for the N words. Okay, she carried a box cutter just in case you thought she might get out of pocket. Okay, that's when they was cutting folks, not pulling guns. Okay, back in the day, yeah, my grandma would fight men. Okay, she didn't play no games. She would fight a man. Okay, you step to her, you better step correct, cause she gonna cut you. So yeah, my grandma didn't play, and I'm sure she didn't play about hers. Okay, so but if I have any new folks on here, if you're familiar with the story, 7-year-old Milwaukee boy was kidnapped over the weekend. At first, it sounded, when you look at the video, the initial video of the neighbor, the little boy riding past the house, and then you see the Jeep and he busts a U-turn, and then you can hear the little boy screaming, "Daddy, daddy, daddy," on the video. Come to find out, the daddy was there the whole time. Daddy ran up in the house. So I guess he's catching some backlash from folks. And they calling his ass out, and he's like, hell yeah, I ran. I'm thinking they trying to rob me, not take my damn baby. So I'm asking, is he dead wrong for running off on his son? And how would you handle this situation? 4 Agency said, I knew she was your mother, but I just didn't know her handle. I just moved from Twitch. Oh, okay, yeah, that's mom. Saraceno is mama. Is this NCC on here? 4 Agency, NCC? Just curious. But yeah, how would you guys have handled the situation? I'm curious. How would you? There ain't no way I'm leaving my baby. I mean, maybe that's, and I don't got kids, and I can safely say, ain't no way I'm leaving my kid. You setting your kid up, because what if they were trying to rob you, and then you ran in, so to get to you, they killed your son. You know, you wouldn't be sitting on here saying, okay, oh well, I ran. It is what it is, but we all are safe. What kind of parent are you? You don't do no mess like that. You basically ran off on your son. I'm just saying. I wouldn't do it. You know, but that's just me. Maybe because the motherly thing. 4 Agency said it was fight or flight. Yeah, but 4 Agency, you running off on your child though? Okay, Rashad, how are you today?
What'd you say?
I said, how are you today?
Oh man, I'm chilling. Just finished lunch and realized what time it was. So I said, let me see what the topic is.
Yes. So, are you familiar with the 7-year-old Milwaukee boy that was kidnapped?
Oh yeah, about the 2 dudes in a SUV.
Did you see what his dad did?
Oh yeah, when he ran off.
Yeah. So I'm asking, was this father justified in running off? Because he's now coming out and speaking about it. And he said, hell yeah, I ran. I'm thinking they trying to rob me, not take my damn baby. Y'all slow. We both alive, and my baby tried to get away like I taught him. God had us the whole time. Obviously, I did right. My baby's safe. So the question today is, was this father right or wrong for running off? And how would you have handled the situation?
Well, I mean, once again, you never know what you're going to do until you're in that situation. Yeah, I'm a huge protector of my kids, but when the dudes were running up to him, they were not running towards his son. it wouldn't have made any sense for the dude to see two dudes running up to him and then dart off to go to his son. That wouldn't have made sense at all. And for anybody that was like, yeah, I would have ran for my kid, I don't think that's, the most accurate thing that you would have done. If, like I said, the first thing in your head is two dudes coming up to me with a gun. You're not thinking, hey, I gotta go save my son, I gotta go save my wife, I gotta go save this, I gotta go save that. It's just like, shoot, they're like right in front of me. So my thing is to try to get away from them because obviously they're coming for me. And so I don't vilify the brother. I think he was gone too long without knowing where his son is for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, if I would have realized they turned back around and I realized my son was outside, I would have definitely had to go back out for the son. I think that's where he messed up. But, I ain't finna knock the dude because, hell, who knows what, I would have done in that same situation.
I got you. But I'm not a mom. I'm a bonus mom. There's no way that I'm leaving my child in harm's way. I wouldn't do it. Not trying to vilify him either, but I'm just saying, like, that's your child. And as the man, the head of the household, the protector of the family, is it not his responsibility to be the protector?
Once again,
oh boy,
you're going off of this woulda, shoulda, coulda stuff, as opposed to, with him being a protector. Yeah, I think where he failed was that it took him too long to come back and check. But the initial situation, there were two men running for him. They were running for him. They weren't running for his son. So his thing is, I have to make sure that I get away from them because I'm the one in danger. My son is not in danger. The wife is not in danger. It's two of the dudes. They're coming for me. I have to make sure that I can get away and I can be safe because I'm the one that's in danger right now. Now, like I said, yes, protect your child at all costs. I get that. But you have to look at the situation. You have to get away from the whole, machismo, macho, all this other, in every situation. No, this was not a situation where he was able to it was a split-second thing. Somebody's coming to you with a gun. Your mind can't be like, where is everybody else? Where is everybody? Because you have to stand there in that spot. And so at the end of the day, I am the person that's in danger. So I have to ensure that I can get to a position to where, number one, if they're chasing me, then that allows my kids to go and do all this other stuff. And to the point that, that I was talking about, they went away. The son ran in another direction. The issue was that once he got to where he was, they went back and then they went back for the kid and he was still inside the house. I wouldn't have still been inside the house. I would have, whatever it would have been, once I got them away from me, yeah, I would have had to go and ascertain what had happened. But if he would have gone for his kid at that particular moment, they probably would have shot him. He probably would have been dead. There would have been no protecting. There would have been nothing.
But that's your child.
No, the child wasn't in trouble at that moment. That's my point. Because now, look at it this way. Wasn't his wife in the car?
I didn't see a wife.
For some reason, I thought I saw a kid and I saw a lady.
Mm-mm.
But
I only saw him and I only saw her. I mean, I only saw him and I only saw the son. I didn't see a wife.
Yeah, no, I get it. But once again, I don't think there is a 100% right or wrong on the initial reaction. Because, yeah, that's your son, but you are sitting here on a video call thinking about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, as soon as it hits you, where does your mind originally go when people are, coming to you with a gun?
It would, if I had a family, it would be to protect my family.
Okay, so you're just saying that, all right, if some people are coming to you with a gun, you're gonna stand there and get shot.
I'm not going to stand
That's
there.
not what
I'm
they
going
did,
to
did it?
protect my family. I'm not going to leave my son there to try to figure it out. That's all I'm saying. That's what it seemed like. His son was trying to figure out where to go. He was going in the opposite direction. It was all over the place. Vor agency said it depends on the situation. Mama said that's a lie. I'm going to protect my child at all costs. The father is shady. And Mama said, how does he know that? They just coming for him. How did they know that they were just coming for him?
How does he know that they just coming for him? They were chasing him.
And
they were chasing him. They weren't chasing the son. There were two of them, and both of
I need
them
to go
came
back.
towards him. Now, there's a different scenario if I would have seen that someone was going towards my son. That's a different situation. But both of them are coming for me.
I'm looking at the video now. I'm back looking at this video.
Okay.
No, one of them was coming for him, and the other one was chasing the son.
That's not what I remember.
Yeah.
I thought both of them were chasing him.
No.
And then when they couldn't get him, one dude went back and then went to go get the son.
So one hopped out the car, chased him, and then one was chasing the son. Mama said survival mode. I can play the audio, but I mean it's not really much to the audio, so I'll play the audio.
Around, then later blocking the end of their driveway. Two people got out of the Jeep simultaneously. One, who appears to be holding a gun, tried following the man.
So one had the gun, one chased him up to the porch, and the other one was chasing the boy around the car.
So that's the thing. He didn't know that there was a second dude.
Yeah, but
all he saw was a dude with a gun coming towards him. Okay.
And Mama said, so you're just gonna leave your son running?
So at the end of the day, I can't answer that question. That's my point. I am not. I don't know what the situation of where they were. I don't know. Initial instinct. If I turn around running, how long it'll be before I realize that my son is actually over there. I don't know. The only thing that I'm saying is that we need to stop vilifying people for being in situations that we are not in. We always just throwing blame. He should have done this. He should have done that.
You don't think that's a little? He left his son. What if they would have turned and used the gun on his son? We would be having a different conversation right now, and you probably be like, "That dad was wrong. He left his son. He should have never left him."
No, because once again, we are always quick to judge about situations that we are not in. I have no idea. I am the biggest protector that you're going to find. But I also understand that there are certain situations that are just impossible to have the perfect response immediately. And the only thing that I am saying is just,
What happened? Okay, I don't know what happened to him, but I hope.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see you. Because I was like, what happened?
Okay. Yeah. And so the only thing that I'm saying is that we need to just stop judging. We need to quit judging and just say it's a bad situation. I pray that everybody is okay. That's what we need to do. That's what we need to do. But no, we like pointing fingers and this person is a terrible person because he should have this and he should have that. And who knows? All I'm saying is who knows? I'm the biggest protector. Yep, 100%. But being in that situation, now his response, I wouldn't agree with. If he's like, hell yeah, I ran. No, I'm not saying
That's
that.
what he said.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm. So no, I'm not agreeing with that.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about the situation where he had 2 seconds to ascertain everything that was going on, and he took off running.
But the 2 seconds again, because I didn't give you guys the response. I did not give you guys the responsibility. The Bible gave you the responsibility, so you can't be mad at nobody but God.
The Bible gave you responsibility. What does that mean?
God gave you the responsibility as the man, as the protector. Did he not?
See, my point is, just because in a situation
love this. Go ahead.
Just be,
Go ahead. Because y'all want to use this leadership and head of the household when it's convenient for you. But when it's not convenient, then you want to take it away and remove it. At this point, that man is supposed to be the protector of his household, his family.
100%.
Okay.
100%.
So why did you not feel the need? Let me see what is going on with my child. Because now we are both in danger.
So, once again, when something happens and you have a split second to make a decision, you don't get the chance to think. You don't get the chance to think. People make bad decisions off of immediate instincts all the time. I cannot blame people for what they do off of their instincts, their immediate instincts. Like I said, where I faulted him was leaving his son out there. After you had an opportunity to run and then it comes to you that, oh, shoot, Junior ain't with me, then that's a different thing, right? That's where I faulted. But him running, that was just an instinct. That is a natural response to a situation that sometimes you can't control. It's not you're in the wrong frame of mind. He should have blah, blah, blah. No, that was an immediate instinct. You don't get the chance to judge a person off of thoughts when they don't have time to think. That's the only thing that I'm saying. I may have made the same bad decision. I can't say that I would have, because as much of a protector as I am, if I'm in the car and I turn around and somebody got a gun, I can't say, oh shit, I'm gonna think about my wife here, my son here, my daughter there, and the other son is over. I would like to think so, but I can't say in a situation like that I can 100% say that that's what I would do. Because it's instincts.
That's crazy.
So I hear what you're saying. 100%. 100%. I hear what you're saying. And you're right to a degree. The only thing that I'm saying is that we just have to be careful about always being so quick to judge me. That's all.
But that's crazy, because I don't know how many months ago it was, but women were asked in a panel. Women were asked on a panel, who would you save? If it was between your husband and your kids and you were on a boat and the boat was sinking, who would you save? Most women said they would save their husbands, because they was like, oh, we can make more kids. So my point is, I guess women, we think about, I guess our families, maybe men, they don't think about that. Mama said people all the time cover their children when they're in danger, gunshots, any danger.
When the child is in the vicinity and in the peer view and they're able to think about it, yes, you're 100% right. Yep.
But the child was in the vicinity. He was running around the car.
But once again, if a dude sees something out the corner of his eye, he is going to react. Say again?
No, I saw F.A. hopped on.
Yeah. Good, yeah. And so, but to your point, yes, a lot of women choose their husband, but a lot of husbands choose their wives as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah.
But that's I guess the point I was making is, I don't know, maybe it's a different matrix when it comes to women, as opposed to men, because a woman would, without a shadow of a doubt, be like, hell no, I gotta protect my child.
You can't say that. No.
Most women, if you ask most women on here, would they protect their child? I guarantee you, most women on here would say yes. Mama said yes. She would protect her child at all costs.
Everybody says that. That's my point. Mike Tyson said it best. Everybody got a plan until you get punched in the mouth. Everybody knows what they want to do. That doesn't always equate to what they actually end up doing. And the one thing that I am saying is that we have to understand that sometimes we have to consider thought and the lack of thought. This is about instincts. Everybody's instincts is not always going to put them in the righteous situation. It just won't. That's why they're instincts, not thought out ideas.
Well, his instincts to me should have been the first instincts should have been to protect your child. But Efe, we're talking about. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the story. 7-year-old was kidnapped in Milwaukee. Thank God he was safely returned. But there's a new video with the daddy running. So, and the daddy responded to folks criticizing him for running. He said, hell yeah, I ran. I'm thinking they trying to rob me, not take my damn baby. Y'all slow. We both alive, and my baby tried to get away like I taught him. God had us the whole time. Obviously, I did right. My baby is safe. So I'm asking, the question today was, and I asked Rashad, was this man right for running? And how would you have handled the situation?
Oh, I wouldn't have ran, but I don't say that from a perspective of me just thinking I'm tough. It's me being battle tested. That's why I feel confident in saying it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody got 3 instinctive responses to fear. And that's fight, flight, or get still, like stand still. So they either freeze up and they don't move at all, or they run, which is flight, or they fight, which is like you ever startle somebody because they like and you sneak up on them and you startle them and they throw a punch at you.
Yeah,
they got an instinctive nature to fight. You got some people when you scare them, they freeze up and they don't do nothing. Mm-hmm. And you got some people that run. You know what I mean? So I know that because of experience, that I in high pressure situations that I know that I would have stayed. You know what I mean? Or I would have tried to protect and get in the way of that situation. But I do understand that everybody, people, especially people who haven't been in that situation before, you really don't know how your body responds until you get in it, unless you train your body to do that. Mm-hmm. If you could train, you can get yourself into high pressure situations. A mixed shift one, and to try to train yourself to be able to respond a certain kind of way. But it's one of them things where, no, I wouldn't have ran. You know what I mean? And I think he should be criticized for running, for sure. You know what I mean? I think that it should be a learning lesson, though, for him to try to work on that.
You said you don't think he should be criticized for running?
No, I think he should be.
Okay.
I think he should be. I think he deserves all the criticism that come with it. I understand the natural reaction that some people have, like that's outside of their control to run. But I also think that you're still gonna be criticized, even if it was instinctive for you to run.
Yeah.
I still gonna criticize you for running.
Yeah.
Because you got a job to do. That's it.
And that's what I was trying to. Me and Rashad were discussing. Because I'm like, he's supposed to be the protector. Like, you are supposed to protect your family. Like, and you had one job and you didn't do it. You left your son. God forbid, anything would have happened to him. You would have felt like shit and not been on this internet talking shit.
Yeah, for sure.
We can't hear you, Rashad. Can't hear you. There you go.
I was saying no. Once again, I completely agree with that. As far as my recollection, and maybe I'm not remembering it, appropriately, but as far as my recollection of it, the dad was not close enough to the guy, in my opinion, to warrant a fight situation unless he was protected himself, right? Unless he had a piece of his own. So if there is an equitable amount of space between you and the other individual, if you don't have any protection on you, then to just say, to stay there and I'll fight or I'll throw a punch. There's not enough time to get to the individual before he would be able to pull out whatever weapon that he got and do his thing, right? And so that's why, in my opinion, yes, I believe that my potential instinct might be, hey, this dude got a gun, I don't have anything on me, let me get to a position where I can possibly get to an upper hand, right? But if you're just saying that if he got a gun, regardless, you ain't gonna run and you're just gonna take it, hey, more power to you.
Nah, Yeah. When I mean by, I think we add stuff I didn't know about. I wasn't speaking from that perspective. I was just saying that in the situation, if a situation were to happen, I would try to grab my child first. Now,
Yeah.
if a person just walked up to me with a gun, and I'm assuming they attempting to rob me, no, I'm not going to run. I'm not going to fight either. Like, I'm going to just give them whatever they asking for. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully they go about their business. You know what I'm saying? If they trying to snatch my child or do something like that, then then I'm going to intervene.
That's a different story.
Right,
Yeah,
that's a different story. No,
Yeah.
I'm not going to fight somebody with a gun. No. If I don't have to. No, you know what I mean? No, that's
No, okay, I get you.
So, F.A., the scenario was, it was two guys. One of the guys had a gun. So the one guy chased.
You breaking out.
I said it was two guys that got out the car. Can you hear me, F.A.?
I think Rashad got a mute.
Rashad, mute for a second. Here we go. So it was two guys with a gun. Not two guys with a gun. It was two guys that got out the car. One had a gun and chased the dad up the stairs. And then one chased the son around the car. So that was pretty much it was two of them. So one had the gun and then one was chasing the son around the car. I don't know. Again, I'm not a parent, but my first job in my head as a parent, as a protector, if boyfriend wasn't around and I had his daughter, would be to
grab the daughter.
Exactly, to safety. Blank what I got going on. It would be to protect her.
I think it's a lot. I think, like I just said, I think it's a lot of factors, right? I get it. If I'm walking with my child and I'm holding my child's hand and we're walking, I think these scenarios are different. Did he know the kid was outside? Was the kid?
No, they pulled up on him. So what happened was, this is what I'm seeing, what I saw on social media. In the first video, because I was like, this story is so I saw it over the weekend. I was like, Dad, my heart was breaking because he's 7 years old, cute little boy, riding his bike. And then next thing you know, there's a Jeep. It stops, it backs up, it turns around, and it goes towards the little boy's direction. Next thing you know, we hear the little boy crying out, Daddy, 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 Daddy. And I'm like, damn, this little boy was screaming for his daddy. Like, that's so heartbreaking. Come to find out, the daddy was there the whole time. So what they did was they turned around, they blocked the driveway so he couldn't make a run or try to escape with the car, blocked the driveway, got out of the car. The guy in all black followed him, and then there was a guy dressed in white. The guy dressed in white followed the boy, was chasing the boy around the car until he grabbed him, then grabbed the boy, put him in the car, and then they got back in the car and sped off. So that was the scenario.
Yeah, it just sounds like some street shit.
It does. It does.
Random people, that sound intentional.
Yeah.
I think, niggas cowards for grabbing the son, but the robbers or whatever they were. But the father, to me, this is just the and I know y'all don't like it, but to me, I just was way my brain worked, man. It's just the outcome of bad decisions, women making poor choices with the men they have children with. Like, this is the outcome of liking the bad boy.
Yeah.
Like, desiring the bad boy, and the bad boy even being a bad boy. Both of them deserve criticism, but the fact that this is the outcome, this gangster lifestyle, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? And now you got people trying to grab your son, and like, what type of shit is, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? And then you got to know, a street lifestyle is usually a very cowardly one.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you.
Right.
It's very about self. There's a reason why he ran, and he ain't thinking about nobody else.
Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
because most people in the street, that street lifestyle is very about yourself, self-survival, and so on and so forth.
And it's crazy. Mama had a question for Rashad, but he hopped off. She said, "You gonna tell your wife, your child to get down? Bullets is flying while you trying." And Mama said, "Exactly, F.A." Chev said, "That sounds very crazy." Mama said, "I agree. Give them what they want, but it sounds like they was after him for some reason. To kidnap his son, they probably was going to hold him for ransom, but didn't realize that this story was going to pick up as much steam as it did. And was like, wait a minute, we might need to reconsider." I don't know if they thought this was paid in full, but yeah. Anyway, Auntie
That
said
was the worst thing they could ever do because they gonna get them charges regardless. The worst thing
exactly.
they could ever do was grab a kid and put it in their car, and they got guns on them. Boy, they going there. They're going. Thank God they gave the kid back or whatever.
Thank
Thank
God.
God they wasn't that stupid, right? But I'm telling you, if I was the prosecutor, if I was the judge, I'm still throwing the book at him.
Exactly.
I'm still throwing the book at him.
And the fact that he said in this comment, let me go back because I want to read this comment again. The fact that he said, what did he say? Hell yeah, I ran thinking they trying to rob me. Why would you think somebody's trying to rob you if you're not part of that street life? Not gonna take my damn baby. Y'all slow. We both alive and my baby tried to get. Why would you need? I taught him how to do this. So basically, you taught your son to flee because you knew some. You knew something was coming down the pipe.
This is nigga shit. This is the street mentality. This is talking about you taught your son. What the fuck? What did you
exactly? And that's the whole point. I'm like, Rashad's like, well, we can't throw stones at him. I absolutely can throw stones at him because first of all, you got your family mixed up in some BS that they don't need to be mixed up. How these folks know where you live at and you rest your head? You ain't never. Anyway, let me shut up because you ain't never supposed to do business where you lay your head at. I'm just saying. Auntie said definitely some street stuff that came to his door. And Mama said if the father about that life, he should have been prepared. Absolutely. Pat said, Mama, he probably owed them some money. Probably did. Which is why they kidnapped him. Which is why they kidnapped him. So, I mean, I hear what Rashad is saying. You can't throw stones, but I'm throwing stones. I'm sorry. Because this dad was dead ass wrong. You put your son in harm's way. You did it. It was nobody else but you. And now you on here bragging like, well, everybody's safe. That's besides the point. If I was this baby mama, you would never see your son again. I'm just saying. You would never. Because you would never have that opportunity to put my son in harm's way. Ever. Call me wrong, F.A. Say what you want. But it is what it is. F.A., you still...
I agree. Like I said,
yeah.
I agree 100%. But I don't even agree with it. I'm outgrown the street mentality. I used to have it. I really did. And so now I just don't agree with it at all anymore. When I even hear people say, if he was about that life, he should have been prepared. He shouldn't be about that life in the first place. And if you really been in the streets, you'll really know that most niggas ain't about none of that life. It's all a facade.
Yeah.
All of them snitches, all of them tell them, all of them really secret on the down low. Every stereotype that they say they not about, majority of them are participating in one of them. Majority of them are participating in one of them. Everybody perpetrating, everybody faking, everybody acting like they got money they don't got. Everybody acting like they tougher than they are. Everybody acting like they more smarter and street smart and all that. Then they gonna outsmart the cops and all that than they are. All of them think that they got bigger guns than they put. All of them think they marksmen. All of them think they the most gangster. All of them, everybody, not exactly. All of them end up dead on a t-shirt or in jail.
Right. Period. And Mama said the fact that he is bragging he ran is disturbing. The fact that you on here, yeah, I did it. Hell yeah, I ran. And I'll do it again, basically. And I'll do it again if I got to. It's basically what he's saying. And why y'all got a problem with it? We both say, sir, you put your family in harm's way. And I'm sorry. If I see somebody grab my son, gun or no gun, I'm putting my life on the line. If that's mine. I'm sorry. I'm putting my life. So, Mama said, I'm sorry. Pat said, shouldn't bring that life around your family. Should know better, but he didn't.
The problem is that's not how the streets work. These are people that's not in the street.
Yeah.
Because you cannot prevent the streets from being around your family. That ain't how the streets work. If you in the streets, all your loved ones are part of every decision you make in the street. It doesn't matter if you never do business in the house. Or if you do, yes, it's a lower likelihood of maybe it following you home. If you don't, I agree.
Yeah.
But if you really in the streets, it's not hard for me to find out where you live.
Yeah.
And I'm going to come see you. Anybody that's around you is going to catch whatever I'm giving. In most cases, they're going to catch the backlash of what they try to give to you. So there's no way to keep the streets away from your home life. That's not how the streets work. That's why if you date a street guy, be prepared. You know how many people I know How many girls went on dates with street guys and got killed because they done shot up the car because they really looking for the dude, and they don't, and the girl don't even know him. You know, he just met him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's not how the streets work, man.
And that's why I said, nah, because this was planned. Because it was two of them. Two of them hopped out. One had a gun to you. And the other one was chasing your kid around the car. Oh, yeah. No, this was planned. You gonna get all this smoke. Because, yeah, you ran. And you put your son in jeopardy. I'm sorry. I don't know. Again, I don't know. Because, Efe, you said when it come to you and yours, you gonna defend yours. Which I was like, Rashad, you mean to tell me that if...
No, I wanted to say I would have gave it out. I just want to be clear. I'm not going to fight a person with a gun if I don't have to.
Right.
I'm saying that if a person comes with a gun to rob me, I'm a kid with me, I'm going to step in front of the robber. Meaning, like, say, hey, what's up? What do you want? What you want? Just watch? What you want? My Rolex? What you want? The chain? You can have it all. Right. You know what I mean? I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? You got me. You win. Well, I hope to live another day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's it. And as long as my children are safe, or my wife, or whoever, I did my job. Okay, I lost some shit that I can get. You know what I'm saying? I can get all those things back. You know, so no, I'm not saying I'm gonna fight them.
No.
I said I would fight if somebody was trying to harm my child. Yeah.
But if you saw that kidnapper pick your child,
I'm running after them.
Yeah.
I'm running after them.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You're not about to take my kid, and I'm not gonna put up no type of fight. We not doing.
Yeah.
You gonna feel me. You know, even if you gotta shoot me, kill me, you gonna feel me. But you not just gonna take my child. They just took this man's child, and he did nothing.
Well, I'll say this within reason. I just want to be clear within reason, right? Because everything is within reason, right? Mm-hmm. It's sometimes where they just got you, and they got a gun to his head, or they got a gun to you. It ain't really, and they grabbing your son. I'm not gonna. I may not run after it at that point, because then if I'm dead, I'm not good to nobody.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna sit there and say in every scenario I would do that. I'm saying in certain scenarios I would, and in certain scenarios where strategically it's not. I have a wife, I have other children, I have other things to consider. No, I may not. I may have to find a different way to be able to carry out that action. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's about trying to be smart about it.
Right. Auntie said, right to you, Mama. Mama said he should have used the same energy online defending himself. And Mama said, exactly, diffuse the situation, but he probably knew he couldn't. Clearly he owed them. It seemed like he owed them niggas some, excuse my language. He owed them some money. That's what it seemed like.
100%.
And
unless these niggas look super duper wild ass niggas.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm looking at the video. I seen it. The neighborhood don't look like they.
It don't.
It doesn't look like a well-to-do neighborhood.
It does.
It don't look like. It ain't like they got gold. It don't seem like they got gold and jewels in the house. Like, you know
right.
What I'm saying? Like, so there's clearly, specific. You know what I mean? They knew who they was going after. They knew that was his son. Like, all this information was known. This was not a random event.
Yeah. Yeah. And when I looked at I was like, wait, this looks like it's targeted. But then this was yesterday, because I didn't even know he was on the internet talking smack. And then I saw this today. I was like, wait a minute. You ran and you got the audacity to be on the internet talk about, hell yeah, you ran. No, sir. No. You need to be quiet. You need to be quiet. And then you wonder why the police is questioning you, probably because you got a shady background. And I ain't trying to, classify it, but it is what it is. The story sounds sketchy to me. Already. I'm like, wait a minute. Come on, bro. This story sounds mad sketchy.
Man, listen, that'd be a fool. Listen, these type of things don't happen to normal law-abiding citizens. It just doesn't. Very rarely. I'm not saying it never, but more than likely, you're not a normal, everyday, law-abiding citizen that this is happening to.
Right. If you got people pulling up, but I'm not gonna lie, Efe, when I first saw the initial video, I thought it was a kidnapping, because the little boy rode past the house. It was on a neighbor's video camera. He rode past the house on his bike. The next thing you see is this little Jeep Wrangler backing up, and then they make a U-turn, and then Seconds later, you hear the little boy yelling, "Daddy, daddy, daddy." And I'm like, "Dad, that's heartbreaking," because he's yelling out for his dad. And then I come back to see the video, and the daddy right there. I'm like, no wonder he was yelling for his dad.
I think it wasn't intentional. I don't think it was. I just looked at it.
Okay.
I don't think it started as a kidnapping. I think that they was using that little boy to get to their father. 100%.
Yeah.
And when they couldn't get to the father, they ended up just grabbing the kid, which was a very stupid decision to make. If you're a street, you know, kidnap a child of a juvenile, you don't know. You're getting 30 years off the rag.
Milwaukee. They already caught one of the guys. I was like, oh, he looked like he a weirdo.
And he's gonna tell on the other one.
Yeah, he looked like an old weirdo.
On the other one.
Yeah.
Because guess what? If they caught the one who didn't grab the kid, you 100%. They 100% is gonna tell on the other one because he's gonna say, "I'm not the one that actually grabbed the kid." They're gonna work a deal out where they only give you 20 years, and then they're gonna give this nigga 50 years.
Yeah, for grabbing a kid.
Right.
And babe, you just joined the conversation because I know if somebody, I know my boyfriend, because I know he is not letting nobody, not even with me, because he don't play. So I know in this situation he would do whatever. That's why I'm like, Rashad, I get what Rashad is saying. You know, we shouldn't be so critical, but no, I gotta be critical because again, I didn't put y'all as the protectors. The Lord put y'all as the protectors. You know what I'm saying? So that was his job as a man to protect his son. And I say,
not only a man, but you also get an extra lot of criticism because you say you're about this lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You say you're about. Now, if it was a regular, average, everyday, law-abiding citizen, I would have a little more empathy because every man is not a ferocious, tough man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. But when you claim to be a street guy, or at least I'm assuming that, he would probably, because his arrogance and his response sound like he teaching his kid how to handle being robbed.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it sounds like he's supposed to be a street guy. You know what I mean? When you fail at being a street guy.
When I say epic fail, and a dad, I'm sorry. Let me run it back real quick. Fa, father of a 7-year-old Milwaukee boy that was abducted speaks on video of him running as his son was kidnapped. He said, "Hell yeah, I ran. I'm thinking they trying to rob me, not take my damn baby." So we've been talking about it. Rashad has been on here. He said that, you know, we always quick to throw criticism at folks, but I'm like, you know, as a protector and the man and the head of the household, I feel like he didn't do what he was supposed to do. And to make a long story short, 2 guys ran up on him. Well, 2 guys got out the car. One had a gun. Okay. The guy who had the gun, he ran towards the father. The father ran in the house. And then the son was running around the car while the other guy was chasing him. Babe said he ran on the baby. Yes, he ran on the baby. So, and said, "Hell yeah, I ran and I'll do it again." He didn't say I'll do it again, but that's what I got from the FA. He said, "Hell yeah, I ran it. I'll do it again." So
I actually got that too. It sounded like he would do it again.
Hell yeah. He's like, "Hell yeah, I ran it. I'll do it again. If it's my life." And that's the vibe it's giving me. If it comes to my life or my son's life, it's gonna be my, you know, I'm choosing me. You know, I can make another baby. You see what I'm saying?
I'll be honest with you. That's usually the street mentality.
Wow.
Them niggas say one thing, but listen. Nigga, how many times did niggas' whole family get kidnapped and do all kinds of, like, man, it's all about self-preservation. They only really care about themselves. I'm being honest.
Yeah, that's what it's.
I seen a video of this guy. I forgot his name. The New York guy from New York. It was he used to tell drugs or whatever. I can't think of his name. But he was going around the time of Ace from Pay the Fool, that whole whatever his name was.
Yeah, Ace Book.
Long story short, this nigga said family out of jail, he wouldn't tell. And don't get me wrong, I understand all them claims. They say they would never tell, which I don't believe, because all never tell. But the point is, they saying that shit. The fact when he was like, I was like, well, I'm thinking like, damn, you put your whole family, he put me like a drug kingpin. And you got all of your family tied up, kidnapped, and all that. And you still like, I don't care, I'm not telling. Like, to save all their life, you still wouldn't do it. That was telling me that, like, he cared more about himself than everybody that he put in harm's way.
Right.
In harm's way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, again, that's the vibe that old boy was giving to me, because, yeah, you gonna take all this smoke. You ran on your son, and these people had a gun. And you let somebody chase your son around the car. Like, what are we doing? We're not even doing none of that, because I'm stepping in between y'all. No, whatever it is you need to get it from me. My son ain't got nothing to do with this. Yeah, my son ain't got nothing to do with this. So what's up? Point your energy towards me. Babe said that's why I always carry when taking out the trash. And he said he's a coward. I mean, I thought the same things, but some folks said we should give folks grace and not jump to conclusions, because we don't know what we would do in certain situations. I know exactly what I would do, okay, in that situation. I'm protecting mines at all costs. Y'all better ask and stop. Even my mama to this day, F.A., I don't play when it come to her. I do not play when it come to that lady, okay? Do not play. And we'll never play about her. I wish somebody would about that one. So, babe said that's why I train for the worst. But yeah, babe, you know how to handle. If you were ever in that situation, you would know how to handle that situation. And him being a street dude, F.A., I would think he would know how to handle that situation.
That's because the streets is a lie. You think that because that's what they say. Not all that shit is fake. None of them niggas know nothing. Most street niggas don't even know how to shoot a gun. Whether they got them or not, they don't even know how to shoot a gun. Trust me. Why you think they? Well, if y'all really knew how many times they missed way more often than they actually hit.
Yeah.
They are very horrible shooting. These niggas, this street, they don't know shit. I'm telling you, it's all a facade. All these, I would have thought he would have been prepared. The shit is movies. You got 18 and 19-year-old kids that don't know shit, that don't know nothing. These are the street guys that turn into 25-year-old kids that still don't know shit. They ain't learning nothing. What they learn, they in the same environment, repeating and doing the same shit.
Right. And mama said he'll probably tell on the father too. I'm sure. Once the one, because I saw the one, I was like, oh, he looked like he a little off. But once they catch the other, he gonna rat on the other one. He probably gonna rat on, like mama said, and the father too, because I believe he's involved. He's involved some way, because they not just running up on you and taking your son unless the money is owed. Yeah,
they never shot a gun.
Right.
So they clearly wasn't trying to kill him, because they could have just shot at him from the jump.
And God forbid you letting your son just run around the car and they say, you know what? Enough of this running. Poop, poop.
Pop.
And shoot him. Then we would be talking about a different. Yeah, and then we would be talking about something different. And you would definitely be a coward because you left your son to die.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Auntie said
I agree. I believe in criticism.
Yeah, he should be criticized. You're not above being criticized. You did not do a good thing for your son. If anything, you put him in more harm's way, because whatever you got going on in these streets has now trickled over into your household. So, Auntie said they shoot live TV. They don't have training in firearms. Yeah, they need to do some training, Auntie. And Mama said all they know how to do is kill innocent people. She said, I meant shoot like live. Yeah, they think because they see it on TV, it's easy. Trust me, it is not easy shooting a gun. Been to the gun range. I've been there. I've been there.
Now, and guess what? This is when you're educated. So now, anytime you hear somebody talking about shooting, you're going to be able to know this person doesn't know what they're talking about. Because if they shot a gun before, they understand that it's not as easy as it seems.
No, that's why, babe, he laughing because he tried to help me shoot, and one of the damn bullets bounced back and cut him. Yes, it bounced back. I was like, oh no, I don't want to. I'm terrified. Fa, you would think. Yeah, F.A., you would think the way I be on here talking, I am scared of guns. Scared, petrified, petrified. I let boyfriend handle that. I be like, you can handle that, but he want me to get a gun, and I had a little road rage. I had a little road rage incident like 2 weeks ago here. A guy from New York, and I'm from New York too, threw a damn cup at my car. I said, yeah, he was bold. And it was only because boyfriend was not in the car. Because if I was the dude, he wouldn't have did that shit. But it's cool. He threw a cup. I threw a water bottle right back at his car. So we was going tit for tat on the highway. But I was like, let me stop before this nigga try to follow me home. And then it's going to get ugly. Because, yeah, my little firecracker. Yeah. So I said, let me stop. But actually, I didn't stop. He pulled over. He pulled over. And I guess he was like, enough is enough. Or he thought I was going to pull over. Boo-boo, I'm not pulling over. Are you dumb? I've seen enough road rage incidents. You think I'm about to pull over so you can shoot me? Or some, no, we're not doing that. I'm not that foolish. You got it. So I just drove off. But I at that point, I was so hot. I was like, babe, I'm getting a gun. Because these MFers are trying me on this highway. But I'm still not getting a gun because I'm petrified. I'm scared. So I don't know what I'm going to do when the revolution come, F.A., because I'm scared.
Yeah, you got to get comfortable. I've been took my daughter's
Did you?
range for the first time. Yeah, my 10-year-old trying to get her comfortable with this grabbing, and she obviously she just as scared as you is. But the more and more you do it, the more and more the more they get comfortable with the sound and just having it and so on and so forth. They'll get better in time.
I had the ear things in, F.A., and I still was like, oh yeah, no. It's just that popping. It's so loud, and I be jumping. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good.
Once you get used to it, I promise. Like, it's just one of them things where repetition makes it better. Right now, the gun got all the control in your mind. You think the gun
does
do something. Right, but eventually you'll develop where you control the gun. You'll realize that the gun ain't gonna do nothing that you don't make it do. The gun has no control. You make it do everything, but again, I know it's difficult because for some people you got to break down that psychological barrier, especially with us blacks, because we kind of been taught.
Yes.
That guns are bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I get it. We all kind of run away from them and so on and so forth. So. Yeah, it just takes time. It's one of them things where you stay at it, you'll get more and more comfortable and more and more comfortable and more and more comfortable. Before you know it, you'll realize, like anything else, some people terrified of driving on the highway in the beginning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then as time went on, now it's a breeze. Now these niggas drive on one hand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
no, it's true.
Just keep doing it and get better.
Yeah, F.A., I am petrified. That's why babe was like, oh, he just said, you got to relax, LOL. I be in there like jumping. I be like, oh my God, I can't do it. But that doesn't mean if you come to my front door, then baby, okay, so you better go somewhere else with that. And mama said, you got road rage. I do. A little bit. These people in Atlanta make you have road rage. Auntie said, don't do that again, baby. Auntie, I'm going to try not to do it again, but these people crazy. And he started it, Auntie. He threw the damn cup at my car first. What kind of man throws a cup at a woman? Yeah. Anyway, Auntie said, guns are not the problem. It's people. Yeah, guns aren't the problem. It's people. And F.A. too, and then we'll do final thoughts. F.A. too, I encourage everybody to go learn how to shoot, get you a gun, because the way that this world is going, yeah, go get you a gun. You know what I'm saying? I might be scared, but we gun owners around here, okay? We believe in we believe in our rights around this part. But yeah, I encourage everybody, please, go get you a gun, because guess what these YTs are doing? They teaching their kids when they come out the womb how to shoot. We don't do that. They know how to shoot. Why do you think they know how to shoot deer for? It's a reason. That's practice. They practicing. Yeah. Yes, I believe in my Second Amendment right. All right, let's do final thoughts. And F.A., what's your final thought for this?
Let's try to, wake our eyes up to the street life shit. A lot of it's just fake fraud. Most of them broke. Most of them don't even got the money that the lifestyle portrays. I just don't even see what's in it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Ain't nothing in it. They like you living better than anybody. You know what I'm saying? Every time I see them, they living in the same conditions. So it's like, go get a job and you don't have to worry about certain things. And it's, yeah, and the dude is the coward. So that was just that.
Yeah, Mama said final thoughts. Lock that father up for child neglect. I second that. I don't know about locking him up, but he definitely, is not father of the year. I'm sorry. And then
lock him up for child neglect when they lock up every street nigga that's in the streets that got children.
Yeah. But then his son, F.A., is going to have to look back on this and be like, damn, Dad, that's how you did me? I'm just saying. And you over here talking about, hell yeah, I ran. I would be looking at my father like, you done left me to die? Damn. You ain't his dad. So, I know, I just think about those things because the internet is so prevalent. Like, your child in another 10 years is going to be looking back on this and being like, damn, Dad, you really did me like that? You ain't for real. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't have any final thoughts. My final thoughts is protect yourself. Got yourself a gun. Listen to Nasir. Go get yourself a gun. That's my final thoughts. Any more final thoughts before we close? We're going to be back on our relationship stuff tomorrow because I got another good one already. So we'll be back on that tomorrow.
Can't wait.
I know. We haven't talked relationship stuff all week, F.A. And then I had a meeting yesterday. So we'll talk relationship stuff tomorrow. All right, y'all. If nobody else has any other final thoughts, appreciate y'all. Love y'all for y'all. We'll do it tomorrow on your pre-Friday Eve. Mama said his son probably following his footsteps. I hope not. I hope his son does better. But anyway. All right, F.A. Appreciate you. All right, y'all. To mañana. All right, Twitch. Thank you.